The Los Angeles Lakers are a fucking pitiful team in the year 2014. 2013, 2014, you could even say. And Nick Young was going up for a layup in a 36-35 game in the first half and unfortunately we cannot show the video highlights because the NBA will screw us. So here's some of the pictures. Basically, the scenario is Nick Young was going up for a layup. He was basically trying to dunk it. At least we want to believe that he would have executed it. If the rookie Alex Len, who you see on the far left, did not go and hit him upside the head with two hands. It was a tough foul. It was a hard foul. Then Nick Young retaliated. He pushed Alex Len. He pushed the Morris twins, who you see to the left and to the right of Nick Young. And then he hit Goran Dragic upside the head. Now, here's what Nick Young said, and then we'll get to your text. Yeah, why? Why do we have to do that?
Yeah. Everybody always takes the jersey off halfway through.
In the words of Drake, flexing. I'm just flexing. The quote, what I'm mad about is it was 1-on-5. I felt like if someone would have gotten in the middle of everything, it wouldn't have escalated as much. I felt bad for Dragic, the guy who he hit upside the head. He was right there. I didn't throw a punch. I was trying to shove people out of my way. I was getting pushed further back. It was more trying to get out. So who was on the floor at that point, gentlemen? Chris Kaman, Ryan Kelly, Jody Meeks, Kendall Marshall. Apparently those guys do not stick up for Nick Young or the Los Angeles Lakers as a team. Am I looking into this too much?
No, you're not.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, if you see it when you watch it, you'll
Link
see
is in the description.
Yeah, Ryan Kelly does not do anything to help him, and he's right there.
He tried it first, and then he's like,
yeah, but
go
it's
ahead.
more like pushing him back, like to be like, don't fight these dudes.
Right.
He never gets in between like him and the Morris twins, or gets between him and Alex Len. Yeah, I guess nobody on the Lakers stood up for him, which is kind of surprising to me.
So when you, and I mean, this goes to both of you, either one of you. When you see, and you're part of a team at least, and you're sticking up for yourself, but the other guys don't have your back right away, or at least within a few minutes, what does that say about your teammates?
I hate when I see stuff like that, because it's like, if Kobe did that, if he got fouled, like, the whole bench would clear and take him over. So I hate when it's like one man is bigger than the team. Like, it's your teammate. And I feel like even if it's wrong, I feel like you still stick up for the person. Right. It doesn't matter. We'll squash it in the locker room. Something happens, we'll figure it out. But at that moment in time, I'm going to stick up. I'm going to push everybody the way and try to like figure out. Like,
right,
everybody.
But he wasn't wrong. He's the one that got fouled.
Oh, absolutely.
Got fouled hard.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But I'm just saying where even if he doesn't need to get up and start fighting, like, is he fighting? I'm fighting, type thing. It's like, you're fighting, we're just going to fight then.
Right.
It was just
like we're
happen.
boys, we're brothers.
Yeah,
we got to
exactly.
stick up for each
so
other.
if you're just going to sit there, and now that if I'm Nick and I'm sitting there watching the highlights and I'm like, these motherfuckers were just sitting there watching.
Right.
And I'm like, you're supposed to be my teammate? I'm going to feel very like upset. I'm
watching the replay, Chris Kaman was just standing there.
Like,
Kendall Marshall was still on the three-point line, just standing there.
That's not a team.
So that speaks to where the Lakers are right now.
They've just checked out. They don't care anymore.
Yeah.
They don't care anymore?
I don't think they care anymore.
Really?
They understand that they're tanking. Like, everybody's playing for their own contract at this point.
Totally.
Like Wesley Johnson.
So out of anything, they are caring.
They care about themselves.
Right.
You think Chris Kaman's going to jump in and get hit in the head, be out, get a concussion? He's not going to take that risk. He's trying to, make money for next year.
Half the guys on the team are like got second chances because the team's so bad that it's like they're, like you said, they're working for a contract for themselves. So
totally.
Why would they risk
that? Not to
that?
mention a guy like Swaggy P is stealing all their shots.
One of the best nicknames. One of the best nicknames in the NBA, by the way.
Self-proclaimed.
The Lakers are 14-25. They've lost 6 straight. Lost 12 of their last 13. And we're gonna actually. You guys were not prepared for this. I'm throwing a curveball.
Uh-oh.
Dave Brand, sports reference, sports show. What the fuck was I saying?
What are you talking about?
All right, look. They've lost. What was it? They're 14-25. They've lost 12 of their last 13. Let me ask you guys this: does it go into management? Does it go into coaching? Does it go into the players? Or does it just go into they're trying to get a top 5 pick? Yeah. Kobe's out. But out of anything, when Kobe comes back, they're not going to get a top 5 pick.
I don't think Kobe's going to come back this year. Let's start by saying that. I think it's a collection of all. I think it's a collection of all 3 of those aspects because the management picked the players who are shitty. It's a terrible roster. They probably won more games than they should have at this point.
14 games?
I think, yeah.
They're overachieving at 14 wins?
Have you look at their roster and see one player, other than outside of Powell, who's clearly checked out as well, and who they should just trade.
They were already trying to shop him anyways.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
So to save cap room. So obviously, you see what they're trying to do for the season.
This is They know what they're doing. This isn't.
Was Mike D'Antoni the worst hire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Considering
team.
they could have had Phil.
For that team, absolutely. He's not a bad coach, but he's just doesn't fit for that team,
Yeah.
I don't feel.